Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel and to another match preview and prediction. We're getting into Emma Raducanu versus Emma Navarro for the second round Miami Open matchup, and they've never played before, so this is going to be a very interesting one to dissect. So let's get into it. Before we do, of course, this video is sponsored by Nasal Strip. No, I'm just joking. It's not really. I thought I'd channel my inner Carlos Alcaraz and really make my breathing as efficient as possible for you guys while talking, but no, not really. Anyway, let's get into it. So, Navarro and Raducanu both have had very different starts to the year. Navarro, look, let's be honest, was the most improved player in 2024, and she is on a very steep upward trajectory right now, and she's playing some really good tennis. Top 10 in the world, won a tournament in Merida in Mexico and looked very good. Double bageled her opponent in Mexico. I think it was an ATP 500. And look, I mean, she went into Indian Wells, didn't really get the result she would have liked. Lost to Vekic in her second match, who's also in very good form though. Quarterfinals of Australia. Qatar and Dubai didn't quite go her way, didn't seem to have the results in the Middle East, but she seems to have picked up some pace going into Miami. For Raducanu, it's been slim pickings, to say the least. Indian Wells, first round loss to Dubai, second round loss after beating Sakari, but lost to Mukhova in a tight two-set match. Alexandrova, first round loss in Qatar. Abu Dhabi, first round loss to Vondrousova. Singapore, first round loss to Buxa. Australian Open, that was a decent run, beat Alexandrova and Nisimova, then lost to Swiatek comfortably, and then in New Zealand she pulled out due to injury. So it's been an underwhelming start to the year for Raducanu, but a few glimpses of some really positive things to some positive things to not to grasp and just clinch onto, but I think to just take going into the rest of the year. And I think, the clay court season's coming up. It's not really her best time of the year, but then the grass comes and we know she's going to be good there, or should at least be better on that surface, and she has some good memories there. She has the game for it. She's comfortable on it as a surface. Good first round win though for her in Miami, beating Ishii 6-2, 6-1. Ishii's a really interesting player. Used the Dunlop bracket, and you don't see too many of those, especially on the women's tour from what I've seen. A really big forehand. Raducanu did well, I think, to just soak up the pressure, and she's pretty solid behind her serve. 6 aces, 70% first serves in, 77% behind the first serve on points 1, and 50% behind points on second serve points 1 to break points, 5 out of 6 as well for her. And yeah, I mean, look, very impressive performance, I think, from her. Pretty polished performance. And she'll take confidence going into this Navarro match where they've never played before. So how does it play out? Well, there's a few factors, and I want to be quite succinct with it. So for Navarro and Raducanu, they have some similarities, but I would say, generally speaking, their games are quite different. Raducanu is a player that I think at her best is on the front foot, taking the ball early, going line early. She's able to attack the net as well. She's got really good hands in the net, good drive volleys. She's the type of player who wants to be pressing as much as possible and trying to rush the opponent. That's the type of player she is. She's not, in my opinion, she's not well suited to playing off the back foot and counter-punching, and I also don't think she's well suited to defending as well. Generally speaking, in matches, I think it puts her in awkward positions. For Navarro, I think she does exactly what Raducanu struggles with very well. She's an extremely good counter-puncher, great shot tolerance, defends extremely well out of the corners, and I don't think she minds playing that defensive game when needed. She has more to her game than that, though, Navarro, and what I would say is that her returning is very good, very, very good, and She athletically is up there in the top 5, 10 athletes on tour. I'd say maybe even top 5 in terms of just pure speed around the court. So I think she beats Raducanu in the movement department, in the speed department, and the defense department. So where Raducanu really needs to shine is on the front foot, because Navarro, she can play well offensively at times, but I think she's the type of player who likes to use her intelligence to get you out of position and then hit into the open space. And she's not going to hit you off the court. She's more the type of player to, as she likes to say, play chess. And an Andy Murray-esque type player, I think, is a good example of someone that she's maybe akin to. For Raducanu, look, she's going to have to, I think, serve well, try and make sure that she's able to get some 3 points on serve. And I think the biggest thing for her is actually making the first serve into corners that she's comfortable coming forward to either volley or take on the drive volley or actually go big with the +1. That's going to be key for her to try and shorten the points, try and stay in control in the rallies. In Miami, the courts are quicker than Indian Wells. They bounce lower as well. So this will suit. These courts are suitable for players that want to attack efficiently, and that's what Raducanu needs to do. She needs to be the one to also go line first, dictating the points. She doesn't want Navarro to be dictating. If Navarro dictates, she's going to really trap Raducanu, and most likely Raducanu will break down in terms of having in my opinion anyway, an inferior shot tolerance. So, it's an interesting matchup, a good clash of styles. I think Raducanu is going to have to be very near to her best to make this very competitive, if I'm being honest. Can she win? Yes, but I think if Emma Navarro is playing some of her best tennis, it's going to be a really tough match for Raducanu. It could get very physical. And, I think when it's come to more physical type matches, sometimes she can struggle in them. So let's see how it plays out. I think, look, the safe pick would be Navarro in straight sets or 3 sets. Do I believe Raducanu can come out and capture what would be a very big win against a very hungry opponent who's of a similar age? Yes. Do I think she will? No. There's just something about Navarro, and I think she doesn't like losing to players of a similar age to her. We've seen it against golf. I almost feel like she takes it up a notch. She goes into her college mode and really relishes the opportunities. She'll be looking to stamp her authority in this head-to-head, and I think she's going to win. I think maybe Raducanu takes a set and it goes to 3 sets, but I don't see Emma winning, and that's Emma Raducanu winning. And we'll see. We'll see whether Raducanu is able to or not, but I have a feeling that Navarro is just going to be relentless in this match, and with the US crowd behind her as well. I think she's going to really take it on in a positive way, and we might see some high quality tennis from her. Let me know in the comment section below what you think and why, guys. Thanks very much. Stay safe and well. We'll see you in the next video.